Hi everyone, I took delivery of my 2022 Cadillac CT4 Blackwing recently, so I figured I'd show everyone, go over some of the Blackwing specific details. So the color is Blaze Orange Metallic, which for 2022 is actually available on regular CT4s, as evidenced by the fact that my wife, when we traded in her 2020, they only had one CT4 in stock that they got in that day, and it happened to be the same Blaze Orange. So my Blackwing is already a little less special. We did not intend to be twinning, but whatever. So up front, the grille is specific to the Blackwing. You'll notice the lack of chrome. The openings are larger for better cooling. You have intercoolers. You've got a variety of increased cooling needs for the drivetrain. One of the big giveaways is the fender vent right here. The front fenders are of course wider. This does run 18-inch wheels, which some people think is small for a performance car, but I mean, they're forged, and any bigger just adds weight, and unsprung weight is never good. It has Michelin Pilot PS4s. They are bespoke to this car. It's called the TPC spec. It's a mix of the Pilot 4S and the Cup 2. Doesn't make them more expensive. It's only within $2 or $3 of the regular P4S. The brakes are 6-piston Brembos, almost 15 inches in diameter in the front. You of course have the little winglets up front. You can get dive planes with the carbon fiber package. There's carbon fiber 1 or 2. This car doesn't have it. This is more ramen spec, as I call it. You've got some kind of semi-pronounced side sills right there. You get the little nice V-Series plate in the door jamb, door sill. You get nice little V-Series metalish, probably metallized plastic floor mats. So 255s in the front, 275s in the rear. You have 4-piston rear calipers for the Brembos, and you have a separate parking brake caliper. Out back, you've got a nice rear diffuser, which you can get in carbon as part of the carbon pack. Another giveaway of the Blackwing are the 4 exhaust tips. You know, you do have the black wing, which ironically, my wife's car came with the optional black wing. You can get a larger wing in carbon with the carbon fiber 1 or 2 pack. There's nothing really unique back here. We do have the red seat belts. That's a $400 a la carte option, which I thought was worth it because I couldn't afford the two-tone seats. These are, you know, the base seats, which have adjustable thigh support, kind of like the older BMWs did. The seats have a good amount of adjustments. You can adjust the bolsters in and out, which is nice. So you can make them hug you a little bit tighter. The Blackwing does have carbon fiber center console. And look at that. A 6-speed manual transmission. Is the only way to get a 6-speed in a CT4 is through the Blackwing. It is a Tremec. It's a twin disc clutch, which I think it's pretty buttery smooth. Really happy with how it shifts. Also with the Blackwing, you have the AKG stereo versus the Bose and the other CT4s. I happen to like it. I think it sounds a little bit better. It has an adjustable surround mode, which is pretty neat. I find the Bose is a little bass heavy, artificially bass heavy. So coming inside, I also did the performance steering wheel, which I think is worth it for the $500. You get your red stripe at top, which I think works nicely with the seat belts. You get your carbon fiber insert, and it gives you your car build number. 46 is specific to the manuals. 320 is the 320th manual built. 41, I think, is the number for the automatics, which it's a 10-speed automatic. Start it up. You do have the 12-inch configurable gauge cluster, which is not Blackwing specific. Again, with the form steering wheel, you get the V button, and you get the PTM, which is Performance Traction Management knob, which again, totally worth it for 500 bucks. It's nice how configurable the gauge cluster is. You kind of pick and choose what elements of information you want. I chose the boost gauge, live fuel economy, tire pressure and whatnot. And the gauge cluster, you can have it changed to different modes. So if you go into Tour, that's what Tour looks like. And track, you can also hear the exhaust open up a little bit. I think the exhaust sounds pretty good. So yeah, one of the neat things is the shifter medallion is 3D printed. And remember, there's some Easter eggs, it's hard to see, but there's maps of the Milford Proving Grounds and the Warren Tech Center, which is where I work. So that's a pretty neat Easter egg. So underneath the hood, so underneath the hood is the LF4 3.6 liter V6. Now that's the same V6 from the ats-v, which this car largely replaces. It's nearly the identical engine, 472 horsepower, 3.6 liters, twin turbo, I think 445 pound-feet of torque. It's largely an induction that varies from the ats-v. So far, I'm breaking it in, so it has a low RPM red line of 4,500 for the first 500 miles. So I'm trying to get rid of that as fast as I can. But even short shifting at 4,500, it is it's not slow. Let's put it like that. I mean, if you look at my garage stable, my definition of slow has been modified by what's a fast car, because I'll do a video on this sometime, but it's over 500 wheel horsepower and has the way of scaring the hell out of people. So, I mean, this isn't nuts, and it has a warranty, so I'm not gonna go crazy on it just too fast. It's probably just gonna get some downpipes and a tune. Something like 500, 550 wheel horsepower will probably do the trick. Dyno's about 410, 4.25 stock from what I've seen. I immediately had an XPEL. XPEL already had a kit for Blackwings, which is pretty cool. So that's why the edges are so nice. It's hard to make out, but XPEL had a kit already. And then I had a 4-year ceramic coat put on. I'm gonna wind up doing a ceramic coat on the wheels and tires and brakes. Well, the wheels and brakes. But yeah, nothing really planned to modify. I'm gonna do some tint. I'm thinking about blacking out the roof, because again, poverty spec, I did not do a sunroof. Although, you know, sunroofs just add weight, so maybe that's a good thing. So that's it. That's my 2022 Blackwing. And again, coming soon, I'll do a video on the Roadster, so that way all my cars have a little story behind them. So that's it for this week. Everyone, please tune in, like, and subscribe. Have a good one. Talk to you later.